All right, guys, we're going to try something a little bit different today. Through this video, you will be taught by my voice the same way that you would be taught if we were doing this as a group. Only this time you have a special power to pause this video at any point in time to catch up, to process information, to do whatever you need to do. So what I need you to do first is go into Math Google Classroom. It's Friday for me right now, so I have this scheduled for you for what should be Monday. So you're going to open up that flipped lesson on rounding here at the top. You can see it, okay? You're going to open that up, and your slides should look like this. So we're going to work today. We're going to continue rounding, only we're going to begin to take away that number line. And while I love the number line or the roller coaster curve that we've worked on creating together the past week, I love those as visuals, and I still want you to use those when visuals are necessary. But I also want you to be able to round in your head by looking at numbers, because rounding is in lots of things we do in life. And sometimes we can't always draw a number line or draw a bell curve. Sometimes we need to be able to round to that nearest next number or next place value in order to help us at the grocery store. We use the gas mileage example a lot of the time. So whatever it is that you're doing and whatever it is that you're rounding or estimating for, sometimes we just need to be able to do it without the help of a number line. So that's what today's lesson is all about. So we're going to be focusing today on rounding to the nearest thousand and eventually 10,000 without a number line. So I want you to ask yourself, before we round any number, what is my starting benchmark? Go ahead and type in benchmark on your slides. And again, pause whenever you need to and come back to my video when you're ready. So we're going to be working with the number 4,333 rounded to the nearest thousand. So if I'm looking at 4,333, I have a 4 in my thousands place, which would give my 4 a value of 4,000. So that's going to be my starting point. That's my first benchmark. So I know I'm in the thousands. I know I'm rounding to the nearest thousands. And if 4,000 is my starting point benchmark, I'm going to count up to the next 1,000, which would be 5,000. So my next question asks me right here, what is halfway between 4,000 and 5,000? And I'm going to have to clear off my ink in order to scroll down, so pause if you need to. So thinking about 4,000 and 5,000, the halfway point, you can visualize it in your head. The point right here in between my two benchmark numbers would be 4,500. So now that I know this halfway point right here, I know that any number below this halfway point is going to stay at 4,000. And any number above this halfway point is going to move on and round up to the 5,000 benchmark. So the question is 4,333 over or below this halfway point? Well, 4,300 is below 4,500, so I know that this number is below the halfway point. So 4,333 rounded to the nearest thousand would be 4,000. Now, the next slide I'm going to ask that you complete on your own. It's still guiding you through the process of rounding to the nearest thousand, only this time I'm not going to talk you through it. Still fill in all of these blanks for me. because it will help you step by step. But then eventually you'll be able to get it on your own. And when you're ready, after you have completed this slide, come back to my video, pause the video now, complete this slide, and when you are ready, play my video and we'll start on slide 3. So now that you're back, we're going to be moving on to rounding to the nearest 10,000 place value without a number line. So again, we're going to ask ourselves, what is the starting benchmark? And there's no place for you to write or type in here. So you can just think out loud on this one. So if we're rounding 65,600 to the nearest 10,000, I know that the digit in my 10,000s place is a 6. So because there is a 6 in the 10,000s place, it's going to have a value of 60,000. That is my starting benchmark. That's what would answer my question here. So I know that at least one of my benchmarks is going to be 60,000. And if I'm working in the 10,000s and I'm going up to the next 10,000, 60,000, 70,000 would be my next benchmark number. So thinking about our visual model, I have 60,000, I have 70,000, and I need to figure out what goes here in this halfway point. So what is halfway between 60,000 and 70,000? I have to clear my ink again, maybe. Yeah. So halfway between 60,000 and 70,000 would be 65,000. So the question now is 65,600 over or below this halfway point of 65,000? Well, the number is 65,600, so it is 600 over my halfway point. So it is above that halfway point or over. So because of that, anything over that halfway point will round up to the next benchmark number. 65,600 rounded to the nearest 10,000 would be 70,000. So now you are going to complete the next slide on your own, just like before. And after that, you'll be doing a few individual practice problems. Once you're finished with this, turn it in and you are finished with this center.